Number 10 leads us to the country of Israel. Israel is the sole Jewish state globally. Despite its small size though, it has a very big significant impact on global affairs. Modern day Israel's roots can be traced back to the World War I when Zionists advocated for a Jewish state in Palestine. Currently, the boundaries of Israel remain disputed, with the United Nations Security Council denouncing Israeli settlements in the area in 2016, leading Israel to sever ties with many of the countries that voted in favor of the resolution. Israel is a parliamentary democracy divided into 6 regions. While Jerusalem is Israel's claimed capital, it lacks broad international recognition though, and most foreign countries keep their embassies in Tel Aviv. Number 9 leads us to the United Arab Emirates, also known as the UAE, is a federation of 7 emirates. The country comprises rocky deserts, wetlands, waterless mountains, and coastlines that extend along the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Before the discovery of oil in the mid-20th century, the UAE's economy relied mainly on fishing and pearl industry. The country then underwent a significant economic transformation when oil exports began in the 1960s. Today, the UAE's per capita gross domestic product rivals that of prominent Western European nations, according to the CIA's World Factbook. On top of that, the World Economic Forum recognized the country as the most competitive economy in the Arab world. Despite being traditional at its core, the UAE is one of the Gulf's most progressive nations with a constitution that supports religious freedom. The UAE is also famous for Dubai and Abu Dhabi, its 2 largest cities, which attract millions of tourists each and every year. And of course, those places are known for the expensive, lavish lifestyles that many of their residents live. Coming at the number 8 spot, we have Japan. Japan is recognized as one of the most literate and technologically advanced nations in the world. It consists of 4 main islands and over 6,800 smaller islands. The country's political unification dates back to the late 4th and early 5th centuries BC. Civilization flourished from the late 8th to the late 12th centuries, followed by centuries of military rule. Japan also has the 3rd largest economy in the entire world, and the country is a major producer of motor vehicles, electronic equipment, as well as steel. The service sector makes up the highest percentage of the economy in terms of gross domestic product and employment. A powerful country at number 7 is France. France has had a significant impact on the world throughout history in areas such as science, politics, economics, as well as culture. And with a high income economy, France is considered a very wealthy nation by the World Bank. The French economy is a combination of private enterprise as well as government intervention. The country relies heavily on tourism as one of its major economic contributors and is often listed as the most visited country in the world. Other important economic sectors include agriculture, energy, and defense, with France being a leading exporter of military weapons. Coming down in the number 6 spot, we have South Korea. The Republic of South Korea, commonly known as South Korea, has faced challenges in establishing true democracy due to authoritarian rule and military coups. Nevertheless, since 1987, the country has consistently held direct presidential elections. South Korea's economy is known for its high-tech and service-based industries, and it has become a foreign investment success story. The nation has seen steady growth and poverty reduction since the 1960s and is now among the world's largest economies. The capital city of Seoul is home to the headquarters of Samsung, Hyundai, and Kia, representing 2 of South Korea's important exports, which are technology and cars. South Korea has one of the world's largest gross national savings and reserves of foreign investment. They also have an increasing disposable household income that's all across the country. Arabia with a GDP of 56,817. Saudi Arabia has the world's second largest oil reserves, and oil accounts for more than 95% of exports and 70% of government revenues. It also has the world's sixth largest natural gas reserves, and the country is planning to launch 6 economic cities. And these cities are planned to be completed by the year 2020. The 6 new industrialized cities are intended to diversify the economy of Saudi Arabia. So who comes in at number 4? We got the country of Kuwait. Their GDP is 67,969. Kuwait is a country that has a population of about 3.5 million, and Kuwait is one of those countries that are known by a lot of people, but also at the same time not known by a lot of people. But Kuwait has crude oil reserves of 104 million barrels, and that's estimated to be 10% of the world's reserve. Kuwait's oil production is expected to increase to 4 million barrel units by the year 2020. There are other major industries including shipping as well as construction and financial services. And this country has also a well-developed banking system, and the National Bank of Kuwait is the largest bank in the country and one of the largest in the entire Arab world. So of course you knew that the United Arab Emirates had to be in this episode, but they come in at number 3. The UAE's GDP is 70,474. So when we look at the UAE, we see that it really relies a lot on its oil and gas for about 25% of the GDP of the country. In United Arab Emirates, petroleum and natural gas exports plays an important role in the economy, especially in Abu Dhabi. There is a massive construction boom as well as an expanding manufacturing base that's really helping the country diversify its economy. So we have not much to say about number 2, but this country is a country of Brunei. Brunei's GDP is 83,777, and this is a country with a small yet wealthy economy that's a mixture of foreign as well as homegrown entrepreneurship. Also included in there are government regulation as well as welfare measures and traditions. All contribute to having Brunei be a wealthy and thriving nation. But they are not rich enough to take the number 1 spot, and that goes to the country of Qatar. This Gulf state with a population of nearly 2 million tops this list of the world's richest Muslim countries. This country is recognized as one of the fastest growing economies in the entire world, and the main cause for the country's amazing rapid growth, it's really contributed to ongoing increases in production and exports of natural gas as well as oil and petrochemicals. Qatar will also host the 2020 FIFA World Cup, and it's also running for the 2020 Olympic Games. This country has been a high-profile investor in recent history, and the government is also pouring a lot of money into its own infrastructure, including a deep water seaport as well as an airport and railway track to make the country a better host for the 2022 World Cup Games. Starting off at number 10, we have Raghib Ali. Raghib Ali is a pioneer tea planter and industrialist in Bangladesh. He was born on October 10th, 1938, and he was widely criticized around the country for increasing his wealth and hiding information about the properties that he owns. In any case though, he has amassed an estimated net worth of over $250 million. Number 9 brings us Iqbal Ahmed. Iqbal Ahmed is a well-known businessman, and he's known all over the country of Bangladesh, and he's made his fortune by importing shrimp. He's a Bangladeshi-born British entrepreneur, and he was born on August 4th, 1996. He's the owner of 2 companies, C-Mark as well as IBCO, and they brought huge success for him. And his companies also have interests in the hotel and hospitality industries as well as real estate development. And also he does have a net worth of over $250 million. And then from there we look at Shafiul Islam Kamal. Shafiul Islam Kamal is a businessman as well as an entrepreneur in Bangladesh, and he started his career joining the Islam Group in 1968. But then he later left the group and then he'd established his own company, the Nirvana Group. And yes, he's done very well for himself. He's built up the empire of automotive, construction, and real estate business. Shafiul Islam Kamal has a net worth of just over $250 million as well. From there, we move on to number 7. Here we have Azam J. Chowdhury. Azam J. Chowdhury is a businessman in Bangladesh, and he's the owner of East Coast Group. He's also the chairman of the Prime Bank, which is a leading bank in Bangladesh, and he has a $410 million net worth. Azam J. Chowdhury is also the managing director of MJL Bangladesh Limited and the chairman of the Consolidated Tea and Lands Company Bangladesh Limited. And honestly, this man stays really busy because on top of what I already mentioned, he's also the president of the Bangladesh Ocean-Going Ship Owners Association and Bangladesh Energy Companies Association. The rich person number 6 is M.A. Hashem. He is a businessman and politician who became a member of parliament under the Bangladesh National Party. He's also known all throughout the country for his business conglomerate named Partex Group. And the Partex Group is one of the leading business groups in the entire country. But before all of this, back in the year 1959, M.A. Hashem, he began his career by trading tobacco. And now he has an estimated net worth of more than $500 million. But we're not done with this one. We have 5 more billionaires to look at. Azim Premji comes in at number 5. Azim Premji is from India, and he is the chairman of Wipro Limited, which started out as a hydrogenated cooking fat company. But now it's worth billions of dollars. It is now a multinational IT consulting and system integration services company, and his net worth peaked at about $23 billion. And that was before he started giving away large amounts of his wealth to charity. But now his net worth, it's still really high. It sits at $9 billion. Iskander Makhmudov is a billionaire up next. His company, UGMK Holding, is the 4th largest non-ferrous metallurgical company and the 2nd largest copper producer by output in all of Russia. Now, he was born in Uzbekistan, and he put a lot of his Arabic language skills to the work in various Soviet military organizations that were based in Libya and Iraq. So he's pretty experienced in military work as well, not just in business. But then he landed his first position in business with the Trans World Group, which is the largest metal trader in Russia at that time. Now, Iskander Makhmudov also makes profits from his stakes in Transmash Holding, which is the largest maker of locomotives and retail equipment in Russia. His net worth sits at $9.9 billion. Number 3, here we have Aliko Dangote. The Dangote Group is one of the largest private sector employers in all of Nigeria, as well as it is the most valuable conglomerate in West Africa. Now, back in the year 2014, at the peak of his wealth, Aliko's net worth was $16 billion. Now, Aliko Dangote, he has investments in areas including real estate, banking, transport, textiles, oil and gas, as well as telecommunication. Now, Aliko Dangote, he was named the richest man in Africa in 2021, and his estimated net worth is $11.8 billion. Yeah, now we get into the double digits. Number 2 is Suleiman Karimov. This man is a Russian businessman who acquired most of his wealth through investments in airlines as well as in banking. He was born in Dagestan, USSR, now of course Russia, and Suleiman Karimov, he graduated from Dagestan State University with degrees in economics and financial accounting. He served as the deputy of the State of Duma in the lower chamber of the Russian parliament from the late 90s up until the year 2007. And then he made his money by becoming an investor and creditor to utility companies. And with all of his work over the years, his net worth now sits at $15.5 billion. And then finally, number 1 on this list Well, this goes to Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal is a Saudi businessman, investor, and philanthropist. He is the founder and CEO of Kingdom Holding Company, which has investments in hotels and banking, as well as mass media, petroleum, among other sectors and industries. He also founded the Rotana Media Group, which is the Arab world's largest entertainment company. He has a massive net worth of $20 billion.